wants to make education vouchers a top priority for the next legislative Texas session. What is your opinion of vouchers, and will they harm Texas public schools?
Yeah, this is what I was talking about earlier, is that if you have parental dissatisfaction with the school district, that's where they're going to turn. Parents are going to turn to vouchers, and they will take their children to a school that is producing better academic results. I think that competition is it's the nature of the beast. It's the way it is in schools. Everybody wants to get that gold star. They want to get A's. They want to be the best. They want to graduate with honors. Who wants to see their children fail? I didn't want my child to fail, and I raised her. I told her when she said, "Oh, my friends get paid for each A." I said, "I'm not paying you. I expect you to get A's." And that's the way it is in the real world. Nobody gets a performance trophy except in some kind of vacuum-sealed environment. So unless you want to see the district lose money, because vouchers are coming. They've already been instituted in other states. The money is following the child, and that's the trend of the future. So, and that's why I'm stressing here the academic results. If you want to keep your school district, if you want to keep the money flowing in and going to the district, you've got to bring up the scores. And somebody needs to come in there and find out why these scores are low and what it's going to take to bring them up. And then you'll have happy parents, and they won't take the vouchers, and they'll keep their kids in the schools. And as far as I'm concerned, if the district doesn't improve, then it's like logic, you know, something follows. You have a premise, and what you get is a conclusion. And the conclusion is that the parents will take the money and move their kids to another school.
I don't agree with vouchers. I don't agree with Governor Abbott. I think that we need to advocate for public education. We need to vote like our child education depended on it, because it does. It takes away from our funds. You're right on that. But what we're seeing is sometimes in our district they'll leave and then they come back. Our enrollment has increased. We're up to over 11,000 students right now. Not only that, charter schools, some of the private schools, they can't offer what we offer. They don't have CTE programs. They don't have athletics. Aside from that, they cherry pick their students. And we all know that, right? We don't have that option. We educate every single student that comes through our doors and that comes into our district. The government doesn't hold them accountable the way they hold us. And I think they need to bring them up to the same accountability that we're held to. I was in Washington advocating for public ed, a certain senator. And of course this thing was, well, you know, there's competition is good. But you know what? In competition, there's a winner and there's a loser. And we don't believe any of our students should be losers. And you know what? They are performing. They are graduating. They are going to college. We've seen it. We have the numbers. They're there. And it's because our teachers are doing a wonderful job. It's because our staff is doing a wonderful job. It's because the district is providing those services and the support that they need to get them to where they need to be. And they're getting there. And we will be there. So no, I don't agree with vouchers at all. I think they're bad. And we need to support public education. Thank you.
Yeah, I think vouchers are terrible. Not just from a research standpoint, because there's a lot of evidence-based research that has demonstrated this in areas like Kim mentioned where this is played out. But I also think that in the case of Texas, what's likely going to happen is there's going to be a lot of remorse from parents that pull their kids out. So if you think about the fact that, let's just think about childcare. Average cost of childcare in Travis County is about $9,000, okay? Do you know what the basic allotment is in Texas? It's a little over $6,000. So let's assume how's this is going to play out, right? Well, districts get a basic allotment, then they get some adjustments. So a parent likely is probably going to get a check for a little over $6,000. Maybe they'll get that check adjusted based off of various weights and things like that. And then they're going to show up at the footsteps of, their private school of choice. And they're going to be told, you don't have enough money. This ain't going to cut it. So, I'm sorry, the tuition here is $20,000 a year, right? And even if that was enough, there's nothing to regulate them changing the price of tuition at that institution. And so what's going to happen? Parents are going to be forced to come back here. I don't think public education behaves in the same way like making pizza, okay? All right, you got 2 pizza joints. We assume, oh, this is just like, you got a couple pizza joints and we got to make the best pizza. And so the incentive is to make the best pizza, okay? Well, people don't have to buy pizza, but people have to get an education. And so we have to make sure that we're making smart decisions, that we're voting for people like the governor of Texas and legislatures that go to the Capitol in Austin and pass these kinds of bills that are going to support public education and help us operate at scale to do the best job that we can. I think vouchers are a terrible idea. I think, agreeing to expand even, charters in a district like Del Valle ISD is particularly harmful. I think that the district offers a lot of choice right now inside of Del Valle ISD. I think there's a lot of great options for folks. And I also think that parents may not be aware, but there's actually a lot of choice for you to go to other independent school districts. And people don't realize that. So obviously I think that Del Valle is a great place to be. It's why I send my kids to Del Valle. But I think that there's this false narrative that parents don't have choice. I think they have an incredible amount of choice. And I think we need to be doing everything we can as elected officials to promote public education, to be champions and cheerleaders for public schools, and make sure that they're getting the most amount of resources to do the best work that they can.
And we offer childcare at Del Valle ISD.
That's right. Yes, we're building 2 more centers for child care. So yes, we've got a great program at child care centers. Vouchers, I don't support them. I agree with Matt and Elvia that they don't belong. But I still believe too that parents have a choice. If they want to send their kids to a private school, so be it. But they have to pay. They will eventually come back to public education. And that's how I just don't go along with vouchers at all. Thank you.